Nikki Haley will deliver a speech in Greenville, South Carolina. This is your stomping ground, South Carolina, to address the state of the presidential race. That's a little peculiar of a pitch coming days before South Carolina. What do you think?
Well, I hope that she's dropping out the race, to be honest with you. Here's what we know. She can't win her own home state. There's no other state in the nation. If you can't win your home state, there's no other place to win. She's down by at least 25 to 30 points here in South Carolina. The best thing she can do for the nation is to drop out the race, endorse Donald Trump, and let us start focusing on Joe Biden. Here's what we both know, that Donald Trump led this nation to the best 4 years economically in my lifetime. We had the lowest unemployment for African Americans, for Hispanics. We had the lowest for Asians, a 70-year low for women. It's one of the reasons why in New Hampshire, Donald Trump, beat Nikki Haley with women, with seniors, and millennials. The nation was just better off under Donald Trump. Our border was secure, 600% increase in crossings since Donald Trump has left office. Our chaos that we see around the nation was non-existent. We literally had law and order. And frankly, last point, foreign policy. We actually were experiencing world peace under Donald Trump. Ukraine, no war, no incursion. The Middle East, Israel, safer. The Indo-Pacific, China was not looking at Taiwan. Border security, strong economy, law and order, and world peace. What else would you want in a president? We need 4 more years of Donald Trump.
You remind me of a different time. You took me back to when I was on Air Force One with President Trump, and we're flying all around the country for the 2020 campaign, and the Wall Street Journal just published the numbers for wages for Black Americans, for Latino Americans. And it was astonishing, the gains that people were making. One more question for you, though, on Ambassador Haley, because she did say just this morning, we can't wait to go to Michigan the day after South Carolina. Could that just have been like a throwaway line and ahead of a potential dropout? Or how does this all work? You've been in presidential politics.
Yeah, so I will say without any question, so sometimes you wake up on Monday morning and you realize that the race is already gone. The best thing you can do is within 24 hours is to get out the way. I hope that happens. Listen, Nikki Haley has run the best race she could run. And lately, her campaign has been descending. Honestly, it's desperation that you feel coming from her camp. And when you feel that type of desperation, that means the race is already over. And the leading person, Nikki Haley herself, has to come to realization. She has to realize that this race is over. It is best for the country, not just a party. It is best for America that we focus on Joe Biden. And frankly, on Monday morning, February the 25th, we're going there either way. But we would love to have her as a part of that team.
Senator Scott, you won your state in 2022, 62 percentage points. I believe it was higher than that is the number you brought in for your race. You are a prolific fundraiser. You have one of the most unique messages I've heard, Reagan-esque, very optimistic. And you heard my previous conversation with the pollster Mark Penn. And I'm not going to ask you if you'd accept the vice presidency, because I don't know if you would answer. But I will ask you if you would consider or look forward to debating Kamala Harris on a stage someday.
If I had an opportunity to have a debate with Kamala Harris, the actual border czar, the first thing I would do is ask why you spend more time at the Security Council in Germany than you have on our southern border. I was in Eagle Pass, Texas on Friday. The devastation, the humiliation is unbelievable. Let's have a debate. Let's have a debate in Eagle Pass, Texas, and solve for the American people the one thing we all can see with our own eyes. The left want an open, insecure border. The conservatives and common sense independents, we want a secure America, which means you have to control your back door. And then let's move it to the economy. Let's talk about 2% inflation versus 9% inflation. Let's talk about the fact that a millennial today cannot afford a home because the interest rates are too high, because Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have no clue how to run an economy. And then let's talk about the vice president who helped raise money for someone who was later charged for murder, raise money to get him out of jail. I want to have the law and order conversation debate right here, right now.